Hey everybody, check this out. It's Rock'em Sock'em Robots. The game that's over in like 5 seconds. Because all you gotta do is, well, it's hard to do with one person in one hand. You just gotta hit the guy, pop his head up. There you go. See? That's how you lose. Now this is not a vintage Rock'em Sock'em Robots. This is like a 2014 version or something like that. Of course I got it secondhand because I get all my stuff secondhand. And it's a lot more fun when there's two of you playing it. I mean, I'm trying to do it just on my own here. The original one, I think, came out in the 70s or maybe the 60s even. But the figures, or the robots rather, were actually like twice the size, I believe. The ring might have been a little bigger too. But yeah, this is a more scaled down version. Maybe the, 21st century technology somehow improved upon the design, but I kind of doubt that. It seems pretty cheap and flimsy. I wonder, well, I imagine the original ones were too, but cheap and flimsy, that is. Come on, get him, get him, get him! There you go. Simple, straightforward. You don't get a lot of movement on these guys, but hey, they're fun enough. Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Apparently they changed them in the 70s too, like late 70s, around when Star Wars came out, and they made them more, I mean, they are robots and they look like robots, but they made them more spacey looking, I guess, to keep in line with the Star Wars space craze of the late 70s. Yeah, galactic battling robots or some crap. I don't know what they called them. Anyway, this one is made by Mattel, I believe. I think they were the original makers. Maybe Ideal was the toy company that made these. I don't remember. I'll look it up and then I'll forget about it. But Rock'em Sock'em Robots. They're rocking. They're socking. Come on, one more time. One more time. Come on, come on, come on. There you go. Okay, so in addition to robots, I got some dragons. Now, I got all three of these dragons. 2 blues and a green. In a random thrift store bag. I think it was like $4 or something like that. Now let's say you play Dungeons and Dragons and you want some figurines for your game. These are perfectly sized, especially this one. Perfectly sized for your Dungeons and Dragons game. And worth a lot more than like $4 or whatever I paid for the bag of dragons. But it's just so random. I mean, you've got to use your imagination. This is like a Chinese sort of dragon. Yeah. One of those luck dragons or something like that. Good luck dragon. This guy's a little bit more, I don't know, a little more storybook looking. A little bit comical, but still sinister. And he's a bad mother. And yeah, he's really well sculpted. Looks like something out of a animated Lord of the Rings ripoff or something. Anyway, that's a cool dragon. I like this guy too. This guy's a little more bipedal. I mean, he's actually an action figure. These two are just static sculptures, but this guy, he's got some action. But I don't want to mess with him too much. I mean, it's pretty standard. He put his claws up, move his wings around a bit, moves his feet. There we go. Yeah, 3 dragons, $4. What a steal. You know, if we take those robots out of there, we could have ourselves a tag team dragon match here. There we go. Then I got an Ewok. I don't know what his name is. He is an Ewok, but I know that. This is not like a vintage Ewok or anything. This is from like, oh, probably somewhere in the 2000s. That era. He has a little scabbard with a knife in it. It's tiny, teeny tiny little knife. And it fits in his wee little paw right there. And he's gonna cut ya. I mean, you know, wearing his like hobo clothes here, he's scary enough. But you know what's even scarier is when you take off the hood here, and look at that guy. I mean, that's way more terrifying. He's just a teddy bear with a knife. You know, you dress him up. Whoops. Dress him up in some rags here, and at least it kind of hides his sheer creepiness. He lost his knife. I think it fell on the floor. I'll have to pick it up. Anyhow, put that Ewok right there. And then, of course, we got this guy. Oh, tell me you don't know who this guy is. Luke Skywalker kills the Rancor. This guy comes running in and starts crying because that was his pet. He's the Rancor keeper from Return of the Jedi. This is, of course, again, this is not a vintage Return of the Jedi figure. This is a later Hasbro one. And curiously enough, he can flex at the waist here. Actually, he can spin all the way around, if I'm not mistaken. Which is really dumb. Like, why would you need that? I suppose it's like so you could have like action punch Rancor keeper. But, you know, they give him an action punch and everything like that, but couldn't give him a shirt. I found his knife. Look at how tiny that is. It's just a wee little poker. Okay, now this guy gets his own video, well, about his videos, but I do have a Mr. Bill as well. Yeah, you'll see him in another video all about his VHS tape. Hoodoo! Well, we got Mr. Bill. And I got Alvin. Alvin! Yeah, this is like a new version, like 2000s Alvin. I guess in line with the CGI Chipmunk movies, which I actually think was probably about the best thing that ever came out of the Chipmunks, because I absolutely hated that cartoon back in the 80s and the 90s. It was so stupid, where they ran around and they, instead of having hoodies, which are like updated for the 2000s or whatever, they had these like big long like moo-moos or onesies or whatever the hell they were, and they just walked around and they just looked like kids with like square noses or something, and it was terrible, and their voices were super annoying, and the show was lame, and they were basically the size of kids anyway. At least in these new movies, they're actually chipmunk sized because they're chipmunks. They're not kids, they're chipmunks. And yeah, anyway, Alvin was always a little fucker too, though. The first thing I ever knew about the Chipmunks when I was a kid was the Christmas song. You know what song I'm talking about, and I'm not singing it here. Yeah, the Chipmunks Christmas song. I always thought that was cool. And yeah, then they came out with that crappy 80s Chipmunks, and I hated that. And the Chipettes and all that shit, and you know, it just wasn't for me. You know, I'm much more on board with the 2000s Chipmunks. However, they're still, you know, they're for little kids and they're dumb. But there's some funny stuff in there. So I got an Alvin. So what? What are you gonna do about it? Right? Yeah, Scooby-Doo SD. Yeah, he's in pretty good shape. He's got the tags. Official Scooby-Doo merch. That's quality Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo, always one of my favorite cartoons back in the day. I always thought Shaggy and Scooby were freaking hilarious. You know, when they catch a ghost or whatever, or they get caught by a ghost and they're trying to get away, and then they're, you know, suddenly they're like, they whip out their salon chair and they're doing his nails or something, and or they're making sandwiches that are impossibly huge. And Shaggy and Scooby, that's, you know, the whole show was those guys. Fred and Velma and Daphne, and who cares? You know, I want to see Scooby-Doo doing dumb stuff with Shaggy. Got this guy. Oh, look at him. He's so cute and all alone. Can we keep him? We got a Pumbaa with an apple in his mouth. Or actually, it looks more like a tomato. Which is kind of like stitched in there. But if you want the non-accessorized Pumbaa without the apple, you're going to have to cut that thread and get it out of there. He's new with the tag. I don't know if this is like a Disneyland exclusive or anything. It's from the Disney store, of course. You know, cute little Pumbaa. Everybody knows this guy, right? Don't need no further explanations. Oh, I killed an Ewok. Let's put him. I showed you before that I had some Muppets in hockey gear, NHL gear, and I found my, well, I guess this is a new one actually. I found a Miss Piggy. She's got the tag, but this Miss Piggy, unfortunately, although she does have skates and a helmet and a jersey, she does not come with a stick. Now, I don't know what that means, whether she was supposed to come with one or not. I would assume so, and it's just been lost. Yeah, but she's in pretty good shape. Miss Piggy. Muppets NHL. Also, for some weird reason, I got her at the thrift store in a bag. Like somebody put her in a bag, but they put this in there too. It's a squid. Now, why would they think that the same kid that wants to play with, you know, Miss Piggy, Muppets Miss Piggy NHL, that is, why would they want to play with a squid as well? And what's even worse is when I found them in the bag, this was how they were attached. Or not attached, but, you know, they were packed in the bag like this. Like this squid was, I don't know, being naughty or something. It just kind of weirded me out. Anyway, I thought, you know, if it was like this, like, and then we got, that would have been cool. Then we have like Cthulhu Piggy or Cthulhu NHL. But no, it was like the squid was like making sweet love to Miss Piggy or something. Once again, this is not a kid's channel, even though it's all about toys. So yeah, so I got a squid, and the squid is pretty cool actually. He's got a little beak there, and then a button on the back. Doesn't really work, but it's supposed to manipulate these two tentacles, grabbers. Yeah, it doesn't do a lot other than making an annoying noise, but that is one badass looking squid, if you ask me. So I'm going to throw Piggy on there, and put that squid on there. And I just got one thing left here that I'm going to show you today. Can you smell what the Rock is cooking? Yeah, it's a plush Dwayne Johnson a la Jumanji The Next Level. I guess you would have got that. It's got a Cineplex logo on there. I guess he would have got this at theaters. And he's got like a fuzzy plush head, kind of done in the almost like Funko Pop looking style. Very minimalist, but it's got the, you know, correct outfit for him, even down to the gloves. And yeah, I think it would be better if he had like one eyebrow was raised up a little bit, like, you know, like back in his old wrestling days, the people's eyebrow. Hey, I confess, I don't know much about wrestling or Dwayne Johnson's career within it. I just know him from a lot of movies, and I'll be honest, I'm getting really annoyed with him, and I've got no more time to watch Dwayne Johnson movies. However, you know, I don't have anything against him. I'm just, you know, tired of looking at him. It's just, you know, if I'm going to own anything, that's The Rock. Pardon me, Dwayne Johnson. I think I'd go with this. Makes me smile. Why not? It's cheesy like he is. And, you know, if you've watched any videos on this channel, you know that I'm all about cheesy, right?